So I just want to say that you do not have to recreate anything. You do not have to follow a path that was already mapped out. You do not have to move from a past version of yourself that got you to where you are right now, which is this most elevated, illuminated version of yourself. You do not have to recreate anything. Now you are, honestly, it's always been like this. You have always been carving your own path. You have always been digging up your own path and illuminating the path. So when we talk about like momentum and like going with the flow and stuff, you are creating the flow, you are creating the momentum, and sometimes it just takes you to start, and that is where your momentum starts. Start that new thing, start becoming the person that you see in your mind. Start doing the things that you see yourself doing as this elevated version of yourself, because that is who you are right now. And the more you can actually see yourself in this way, look at yourself and say, I see you, and acknowledge yourself and acknowledge all of the things that you have done to get yourself to this point, the more you will be able to relax in embodying this new version of yourself. I think sometimes like we could get caught up in like the routines and the rituals that we've done to get us to where we are, that we don't want to, like, we kind of get in like a stagnation to where as though it's like, okay, now you've created a routine for yourself that's like constant. And this is something that I talk about in my energetic perfume course, is that in order to be successful, you have to create an aligned routine for yourself. You have to develop that, but also making sure that you are not keeping yourself inside of a box, keeping yourself restrained, making it like it's a duty that you have to do it. Being on your spiritual journey, no matter what you believe in, should be an honor. It should be a devotion. It shouldn't feel like a duty. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't feel like something that is like, alright, to have to do this. Like, if it feels like that, it's okay to change. We are forever evolving, and the way that we create and the way that we process is also forever evolving. So you don't have to rely on this one specific way of creating anymore. Like, you don't have to stick to this one square pathway for yourself, because a lot of times where we allow the world to dictate where we go and create a path for ourselves, and sometimes we box ourselves in and make it like we cannot deter off of a certain path. But you have to be open to the many ways that there are to express yourself and to create and to get to where you want to go, and to just to surrender and being guided to where you know that you are headed, because it's inevitable. It's literally inevitable. It's not a question anymore. And one thing that I wrote last night was that I am in partnership with God and my inner child. I am in partnership with God and my inner child. And that hit so much, because we can feel like we have lost a part of ourselves. We have lost a part of our dreams. And another thing that I was thinking about was honestly just family. and being connected to your immediate family and just operating in more love, regardless of the trauma that you have probably went through with your parents or whatever. Unless it was something that was just like just immoral, like there was no morality within it, then that's different. But like when it comes to things like, oh, your parents weren't able to provide you with this, they weren't able to provide you with emotional stability, or they weren't able to always be there the way that you wanted them to, you have to learn how to forgive them, because when you are walking this path of authenticity, you have to be able to connect with your immediate source. Your immediate, like, everybody is always talking about like connecting with their ancestors and stuff, but your parents, you have a fucked up relationship with your parents, and it's really like coming from like a petty ass energy, like a petty ass energy. And I see this so much online, just people just talking shit about their parents, talking shit about like what they went through and stuff like that. And you have every reason to feel how you feel, like you have every reason to, but honor your parents regardless. Honor your parents, love your parents, and in turn this will actually fill you up, and it'll give you the space to, it'll give you more clarity on your journey. It might seem like no it won't, but it really will, because like I said, everybody's always talking about their ancestors and stuff like that. You don't know your ancestors. You know your ancestors from a spiritual point, but when it comes to your immediate source of where you actually come from, you disrespect it and you don't honor it. And a lot of our parents don't have the same enlightenment that we do. And the fact that we have this enlightenment, operating in more love, is only going to ascend your DNA even more. If you are still operating in a vibration of like pettiness and just like resentment and all of this type of stuff, you are still holding yourself back from a part of yourself. Because one thing that I notice is that your parents will tell you who you are. Even if your parent was some shit, your parents will tell you your destiny. They will literally tell you your destiny if you pay attention and if you listen. It's just, this is all a mirror of your spiritual journey. You are not here for no reason. You don't have the parents that you had for no reason. And if they're still in your life, then definitely start to elevate the relationship that you have with them. And this doesn't mean trying to shove spiritual knowledge down their throat or anything like that, especially if they're not in the mental space to be able to receive that. It's just showing up and giving them more love, showing up and treating them like a parent, giving them that appreciation of a parent. This doesn't mean to be a people pleaser or to just do anything that they say, but this just means operating in more love. And this will help to illuminate your path. And also just reflecting back on your childhood and the great moments that you've had, and the moments of enlightenment that you've had as a child, and the moments that lit you up as a child. Because in order to really get clarity on your divine path and within your authentic nature, and to really gain that abundance, I feel like being in partnership with God and your inner child is really going to bring that fulfillment, because it is an energy that has been dormant for so long. Especially growing up, we feel like we have to leave a part of ourselves behind. We have to leave our childhood behind. But really, it's about integration, because you are the same person that you was when you were 5. You are the same person who you was when you were 7. That part of yourself is just, it might just be a little dormant, and it's time to wake that part up. Partner with your inner child. Figure out, what did you want to do as a child that you are actually in alignment to do right now, and just keep dancing with that energy. Keep playing with that energy, and also using your enlightenment and your gifts and your downloads from source to be able to bring it forth, because that is why we're here. Like, you are here to be great and have abundance. That is it. Be great and have abundance. Stop looking outside of yourself to figure out what is great. You have to look inside yourself to figure out what is great about you. Why are you great? And you have to know that you are great to even figure out why you are great. You have to know it. And I know that if you are watching this video, you know it. Even if it's a small mustard seed of an inkling, you know it. So it's just what makes you great. What makes you great to you? And follow the things that light you up. Follow the things that awaken that excited, fiery energy in you. There were so many dreams that I had as a child that I know that I will fulfill in this lifetime, because I'm not leaving my inner child behind. This is a picture of me when I was younger. This is baby Mika. And one thing that I want you to do is actually find a picture of yourself. Find that inner child picture of yourself. Find the younger version picture of yourself and talk to that picture. Talk to yourself. Talk to that younger version of yourself, because she or he still exists within you. And they need you to wake them up out of that dormant energy, because a lot of our inner childs actually feel abandoned. A lot of our inner childs actually feel like we didn't get enough love, or we didn't get enough emotional support. And it's important that a part of your inner child healing, that you talk to your inner child, and that you actually tell your inner child that I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you. We're always going to be together. I'm always protect you, and I'm always, like, what you said you want to do? What was I thinking of when I was 10 and I was like on the computer, like looking up how to be a fashion designer and where can I go and stuff like this? It's like, now I can actually, now you have the power to actually bring these things forth. Like, when we were kids, we always wanted to grow up so that we could have the freedom to do what we want to do. And then once you get older, it's like you kind of just leave all of that behind because of societal things that tell you what you should do and what's acceptable and what's going to make you the most money and all of this type of shit. For one, there's money within everything. The most money that you will ever make will be when you begin walking in your authentic path. That is the most money that you will ever make and feel fulfilled. Anything else will give you a false sense of fulfillment. You will feel like I'm the type of person where it doesn't matter how much money I'm making. If my heart is not postured in whatever I'm doing, then I'm not doing it. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money is tied to it or whatever the case may be. And if you are also like that, this is why you have to tap more into this part of your path and this part of your journey. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna pull some of these "You Are a Badass" cards. I'm gonna pull from the yellow one. This is the affirmations. Alright. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. And if you're not, you'll find an excuse. You need to raise your frequency to match the vibration of the one you want to tune into. Exactly. And if you want to really dive deeper and really understand what tuning your frequency to that vibration of where you want to be, if you really want to dive deeper and really get a full understanding of how to do that, definitely join my Divine Magnetism course, my Divine Feminine Magnetism course. And yeah, because I really go deep within that course, and I also give actual practical things to do, and not just like not just straight journaling and just straight meditating and stuff like that. Although those are incorporated within it, I actually give practical things to actually do to start to walk in this energy and start to walk in a more authentic path. So definitely check that out if you feel like you need that on your journey right now. And I'm going to pull from this one. This is going to give all right, I'm gonna do it 2 more times. One more time. Act as if you want something badly, even if you don't have any evidence that it's possible for you to attain, believe it is anyway. Fake it until you make it. Tell yourself it's happening. Act like it's happening. Put yourself in situations where you will meet people who can make this happen. Stay wide open to opportunities that can lead you to your goal. Eat, live, sleep, and breathe your vision. See it, feel it, taste it, fall in love with it. Believe it is already here, because it absolutely is. But thank you. I pray that this reached all of the people who needed to hear this, all of the people who needed this message. I pray that the message was clear. And yeah, peace. I will see you in the next one. Bye.